Hello and welcome to Die Rolling. I'm the ever excitable Adam, and today I'm going to venture into a boss battle. So wish me luck because I do not expect we're going to survive this. So here we are back at the Hamlet. Before we get to the Hamlet though, we get to upgrade our virtue into a positive perk. And the positive perk we find is, a skilled gambler. So every time the Hellion rolls a 1, it'll be -1 stress. That is going to come in pretty handy. Okay, we're also joined by the Musketeer. So let's start off with 2 tokens here. We've used both of those, one for the Hellion and one for the Musketeer. I don't know if we replenish those every time we come in or you have to upgrade to do that, but we're definitely going to have to upgrade to add a new token there. I think, I don't know, we'll see. So let's check out what the Hamlet event is. Labour force. Families banded together, seeking to renovate one of the Hamlet's buildings. Their altruism a welcome but mixed blessing. You may upgrade a building for free. If you do, you cannot visit it this week. Discard this event from the deck permanently. I'm saying Stagecoach, but I'm not going to play it that I can automatically put a token there if it says we cannot use it this week. So Blacksmith level 2 it is. We're going to go there. Why not? Okay, so we're going to spend 20 gold straight away to upgrade the Stagecoach to level 2. And it's not a place you visit, so this just happens automatically. We're now going to get the Hellion to go to the guild. She should have 2 XP there. I don't know where I put that. So she's got 3 XP there. I'm going to spend those and 1 gold to upgrade her if it bleeds level 2. The Musketeer is going to go over to the Survivalist and she's going to spend 1 gold to add a dungeon provision dice. The Plague Doctor is going to go to the Sanitarium and spend 3 gold. No, just 1 gold to heal 3. And we're going to get the Vestal to go to the Tavern, spending 3 gold to get rid of 5. Only 5 because we're at a -1 because of that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, stress. So she's stressed. Less stressed. Oh, I didn't roll to see where he's going. 5. So luckily, he went to the Abbey. And we have 3 days. Great start to this video. So, day 2, let's do it in the proper order, guys. So, the Sanitarium is currently blocked off. The Hellion is going to go to the Tavern and spend 3 gold to remove 5 stress. Okay, Musketeer is going to go to the Survivalist, spend a gold, gain a dice. The Plague Doctor is going to try to use his Hamlet skill on the Hellion. So, yeah, so that basically is going to heal 4, remove the disease, but increase the stress by 3. And we're going to get her to go there, spend a gold and 2 XP to level up Divine Grace to level 2. That was day 2. On to the final day now. 4. That's a shame he's staying there. But you know what? The Hellion's going to scare him away. So the Hellion scares him away. We're going to get the Musketeer to try to heal the Vestal. Got a 7, so yeah, it works. That's 2 health restored. We're going to get the Plague Doctor to go back here, heal 3. No, do you know what? He's not going to heal 3. He's going to go over there. And we're going to get him a Noxious Blast 2. And then the Vestal is going to chant. So everyone's stress decreases by 1. And we're all going to start with 3 buff tokens each. And now that's all done, we have to go face the threat. The threat has shown itself. Now is the time to strike, find its lair and eradicate it. We're going to fight the Prophet. Wish me luck. Okay, so we're descending into the dungeon to try to get the Prophet. Now, when you're doing boss quests, you have to basically put the room that the boss is in one of the corner rooms. So that's going to be one of these rooms here. So I've got a 50-50 chance of going the right way here. It's worth noting as well, we all gain 2 stress from entering the dungeon because of the Prophet's abilities. Okay, and now I'm going to roll my dice. Now remember, we actually picked up some additional dice for our exploration. So we got an additional 2 dice. So we've got 10 provisions. Okay, so we've got a lot of tools. We've got a bit of food, which is fine because haven't got the bulimic condition anymore. We've got a torch and we've got a DD, so we've got no bandages to remove bleeding. And you know what? I think that's fine. We're going to just change this to a torch. I think the torch is the handiest thing to have here. So that's what we're looking at for our descent. So first exploration phase, we're moving this way. And yeah, it's worth noting we've got Hellion in front. Our Plague Doctor is in the defense position. The Musketeer is in the range position, and then Vestal's in support. We actually changed out one of the Plague Doctor's abilities for Disorientating Blast because he can use this in the defense position. And you know what? This is just going to be pushing and stunning. Pushing or pulling and stunning because it might come in handy. So let's see what we find. Here's me hoping for blanks and just getting nothing but trouble. Hey, at least we've got some things that can help. Oh, 2 traps for the Vestal. That is really bad. Okay, so the Hellion's going to use the tool to get rid of that trap. We're going to use one of these torches to ignore the negative effect of this curio that she's about to discover. So, what does she find? Okay, so the bookshelf. A big bookshelf looms in front of you. As you reach out for a book, a spiky ornament falls onto your head and your cheek gets slashed from the impact. You look around and find a trinket on the bookshelf side. Now you just need to stop the bleeding. So +1 stress, 1 negative quirk, and 1 value, 3 1 value bleed token. I really struggle with saying these. 3 tokens of value 1 bleed. But we do get a level 1 trinket, so that's pretty nice. We don't have to worry about any of those negative effects because we did use a torch and we saw the little ornament before it was able to actually hit us. Okay, so she has found a Blight Charm. When you hit with a skill, inflict an additional 2 Blight. Okay, so essentially she has now got, this Blight, Blight-infested blade, I guess. Okay, so the Plague Doctor has got a stressful darkness. We're going to decrease the torch value in the dungeon to avoid taking any stress at this point. And then we're going to use a tool to get rid of the rubble. The Musketeer is hungry, so of course they're going to eat the food we've got. And then she's got this stressful darkness. And you know what? We're going to decrease the darkness. No, we're going to add 2 stress to her for that. She may as well be stressed out as everybody else. And then we've got a couple of traps for the Vestal. So do we just use both of our... We're going to use one of these to get rid of that, and then she's going to attempt to avoid this trap. We got a 5, and that means we get 2 damage. Okay, and we discover a curio room. Okay, let's see if it is guarded. It is unguarded, so we have a curio, and we're going to get the Plague Doctor to do this, and we're also going to use our last torch to ignore the negative values of the curio. So we find a display cabinet. Excited by the prospect of abandoned treasures, you yank the case open. A spring-loaded blade sails towards your head, but well-honed reflex save you all but a shallow cut on your cheek. Shaken, you collect some dusty coins and carry on with the journey. So, yeah, we get 10 gold. Okay, so we're going to scout at this point, so everyone takes 1 stress. And we find, oh, it's like a I've not seen that one before. The treasure room. Commence battle, and when we clear it, we get 20 gold. We've got a trap up there, so that's not our objective room. And then we have a darkness. Now, I'm inclined to go this way because there be treasure. So yeah, we're going to head down this way. Let's see what we find. But as we scouted this turn and this turn only, we're only rolling 1 dice each. So we get Stressful Darkness for the Hellion. We get a Rubble for the Plague Doctor. We get Hunger for the Musketeer. She's very hungry. And we get a Trap for the Vestal. Okay, so the Hellion can't do anything about this, so we're going to decrease the torch in the dungeon. We've got a Rubble token there for the Plague Doctor, so they're going to take 1 damage and 1 stress. Musketeer is going to eat our last provisions. And then we're going to use our last spade to get rid of that trap. And now battle commences. We find the Old Abbey. So if our heroes end their turns in any of these 2 spaces here, they're going to suffer +1 stress per negative quirk and +1 health per hero level per positive quirk. So the Hellion gets there. She's going to be having a good old time of healing. And everyone else is fine because we don't actually currently have any bad quirks. So let's get the Old Abbey set up. Okay, so our heroes have descended down into the Old Abbey. There's a couple of treasure chests here, and let's see what we find. So first of all, we have a Bone Defender. This guy's got protection, which kind of sucks. He's going to be taking half damage every time we hit him. He's resistant to being pushed, and he also is immune to bleeding. Next, we get a Maggot. Immune to being stunned, resistance against being debuffed. And yeah, it's also a front one. I'm making sure I'm putting these guys where they need to be because previously I put people in the wrong places. So this is also a front, and he's resistant to being stunned. There's a Cultist Brawler, and with the Cultist Brawler, let's put a Maggot down first. A Cultist Brawler, I got the wrong mini when I did this last time, so hopefully I've picked the right one this time. And last but not least, we have the Bone Soldier. He's also a front, but there's no space at the front, so he's just going to go up here. And that's us ready to begin. So let me shuffle up. Shuffle up initiative cards. I'm terrible at shuffling, so let's take a look. Okay, so we have the Bone Defender to go first. We roll a dice to see what he's going to be up to, and he got a 3. So on a 3, it's going to be at number 2, which is a dead weight. But he can't actually do this because he cannot get into this space. So his turn is over. And now we have the Hellion. So the Hellion has got a couple of options here. Let's try and use our If It Bleeds 2. Let's do if it bleeds 2. So basically, we want to try and make this maggot bleed. We got an 8. And if it bleeds 2, is accuracy of 10. The maggot has 0 dodge. So we have done 6 damage to the maggot, which actually kills it. So no blood tokens are needed. This maggot is just gone. Everyone shifts down a gear. You know, I didn't see that there were sides around here. And does the Hellion want to do anything else with her turn? She can't actually reach anybody else with her attack, so she's just going to leave it there. That's the end of her go. So next we have an enemy. So the cultist brawler, who's in the shield position, is going to do a rend for the old gods. It's got a speed of 2. It's going to attack the Hellion. Let's see what it gets. It gets a 6. And that's enough accuracy to actually do it. So it does 3 damage to our Hellion. Also, a couple of other bad things on this card. So it's going to do 3 level 1 blood tokens, 2 debuff tokens, and +1 stress for the Hellion. It's a bit better than last time. I felt the cultist brawler last time was just all over the place. Next, we have one of ours, so the Plague Doctor. So we're going to do a Noxious Blast against the Bone Defender, because these blight tokens will actually deal a lot more damage than our physical attacks against this guy will. So let's roll the dice. We got a 3. So to get a crit on this, we need to get a 2 with our buff token. That actually means a 3 is a crit. When you roll a crit and you have all of the people in the same space as you, or at least one other person in the same space with you, or just anyone in the same space as you, when you roll a crit, you basically get to recover 1 stress. Because they're like, man, these things aren't that tough. So it does 2 damage. It does 3 damage in total, 2 rounded up to the Bone Defender, but it gives them 3 level 4 blight tokens, which is the real reason why we did it. Okay, next we're going to try and do a disorienting blast on the cultist brawler. And yeah, that's going to hit. So what this does is going to push or pull 2, and it's also going to stun them. But they're resistant to stun, and there's only 1 stun token, so it doesn't quite stun them, but it does push them back 2 spaces. And also moves where they are in the stance tracker. Next we have the Musketeer. So the Musketeer is going to try to do a battlefield bandage, and we're going to try and heal up the Plague Doctor. We got a 6, accuracy is 8, so that is going to be 4 hit points restored. So that's Plague Doctor back up to full strength. And then we're going to try and do a bowler against this Bone Defender. And yeah, that's going to hit. So it's going to do 3 damage. There's only 2. It also pushes the Musketeer back a stance. And also pushes the Bone Defender back 2 stances. Okay, next we have us. So it's a Vestal, so she's next. She's going to use, well, healing is good. So she's going to do a, so the Vestal's going to move into this space here. She's then going to, she's got a line of sight on this guy. Although I say line of sight, there is no line of sight in this game. She can do her Judgment level 1. And she got a 10, so she missed. Oof, never mind. And now it's going to be the Bone Soldier, and he's going to do a Graveyard Slash to the most wounded, which is currently the Vestal. So it's got a speed of 1, and it can attack her from there. Got a 9, so Graveyard Slash is a 9. She doesn't have any dodge, so this is going to do 5 damage to her. And that's the end of the first round. So let's take a quick look at how we're doing. So Hellion, a couple of hit points, damage there, fairly stressed. Musketeer, doing all right. The Vestal, it's got quite a lot of damage on her at the moment, and the Plague Doctor is doing pretty well. So the Vestal is a concern at the moment. So on to round 2. With terrible shuffling skills, and we have us going first. So the Hellion goes first. And Hellion's got a speed of 2. The Bone Soldier's going to activate first. So we're going to move into the same space as the Bone Soldier. And we're going to try to a Wicked Hack. Oh, we didn't even need to move, actually. Do you know what? We're going to take that back. I'm not going to move. I'm going to attack it from there with my Iron Swan. I got a 3. Now that is actually a crit. Before I do that though, I did have a bleed token to get rid of. One of these tokens and one of those tokens to get rid of. So she does have 1 additional damage happen to her. She scores a crit, which means everyone in her space now recovers 1 stress. I moved the Vestals down there, but she's not in the same space. And the Iron Swan does 7 damage, which is enough to kill the Bone Soldier off in 1 foul swoop. Next we have the Cultist Brawler. He's in the aggressive stance, so he's going to do the Run for the Old God to the closest. So he's running back down and he's attacking the Hellion with all his might. And he got a 2, which of course is a crit. So everyone's stressed they just got goes back on. And this is going to do 5 damage to the Hellion. It's going to add 3 more level 1 bleed tokens and 2 more debuff tokens. Now we have the Plague Doctor. Plague Doctor is going to... We're going to get some treasures, guys. So Plague Doctor is going to go 1, 2, 3, because he's quite fast. And then he's going to spend an action to get this. So we get some gold. 2 gold. Amazing. Ooh. Next we have the Vestal. So the Vestal is just going to heal herself. So Divine Grace, number 2, she got 5 hit points back from that. She's got another action, so she can do a judgment on this guy. And yeah, she judges it pretty sound. So this is going to do 4 damage on him. She also heals 2 hit points from that. Next, we activate the Bone Defender. It takes 4 damage. So he's got 2 hit points left. And he's in the defense position, so we're going to roll the dice, see what he's up to. He got a 4, so he's going to be doing an Axe Blade. So he can't actually get to where he needs to go, which once again is hilarious. So we now have one of these, but we don't have enough monsters to do that. So we have our Musketeer. Musketeer's only got a speed of 1. Just trying to think what she can do. So she's going to do a Battlefield Bandage again on our man, our lady, the Hellion. And I think I forgot to add 2 buff tokens to her because she gets a buff if she manages to do this correctly. She got a crit. Yeah, no, she got a crit because the crit is 0 on this, but she's got a 1 debuff token left and she has a +1 because of the light level at the moment. So that is a 2 is a crit. So her stress decreases by 1, as does the Hellion. And she heals 6 damage off the Hellion. As her first action, her second action, she is going to try to do the bowler against this guy here. She's got an 8, which is enough. It does 3 damage to him. And it pushes him back. They're all the right around. Okay, round 3. I'm fairly confident with this this particular battle. But I said the last time when our highwayman died. Okay, so we're going to have the Hellion activate first. So she takes 2 damage from her bleeding condition she has. She loses a debuff and a buff token. She's going to move into that and she's going to do a wicked slash. Wicked hack even. Which is enough. It does 7 damage, which kills the guy 1 go. Yeah, just absolutely decimates the cultist brawler. And because she's in the old Abbey, she gets to, she's got a positive quirk, she gets to get 1 health back, so she heals 1 hit wound. Next, we have, okay, that's the end of combat because the Bone Defender takes 4 blight damage. He dead. Okay, so that's the end of the battle. So I'm going to just change the stance a little bit to put the Vestal back into support and the Musketeer back into ranged. And yeah, that went pretty well, to be fair. I don't feel like I need to rest. So let's continue. Now, I did clear a treasure room, so I get 20 gold. Okay, so we're going to explore down here. I was going to just straight away reveal that then, but I've not got there yet. So I've got 2 blight things left. That's not going to help us now. So, a Hellion, the Plague Doctor, the Musketeer, and the Vestal. Everyone's taken a little something else from this. Okay, so we get rid of the blanks. Okay, so the Hellion gets a Curio to begin with. So the Curio this time round. Oh, a positive quirk. Holy Fountain. An ornate fountain of holy purport. You step into the fountain, grabbing the coin offerings through the cold, murky waters. You'll find some provisions, but you feel sick to your stomach, praying that you haven't contracted something serious or terminal. So this is pretty good. We got 3 level 1 blight tokens. That's not great, but we get a positive quirk, 5 gold, and we also get a provision dice. And we're going to turn that into a torch. So quirk-wise, we find resilient. So every time we get stress, we take 1 less stress. No, sorry, that's whenever they recover stress, they get an additional stress. Sorry. But we have a trap to worry about. So the Hellion is going to... She's got a 3 for the trap, which does 2 damage. Trap for the Plague Doctor, 2 damage. We're going to get rid of this with... No, do you know what? We're going to take some stress. Why not? Why not take some stress for that? So, plus 2 stress. Not quite sure why I put 2 damage onto the Plague Doctor, because that goes onto that sheet. Right, next the Musketeer. So, you know what? She can do with some stress. And then the Vestal, unfortunately, we don't have any tools, so she is going to take 1 damage and 1 stress. And then we have a trap. Oh, I'm going to say that was a crit. So that is doing full damage to her. She's not having much luck with the traps this time around. And we finally reach our destination. So what do we find? A battle! And we're going into the torture chamber. Okay, so here we are in the torture chamber. Remember, if we're in this place, we cannot be healed or heal. Okay, so who have we got to face off against? So we have a Bone Arbalist, and he's going to be going towards the back. Next, we have a Cultist Acolyte. This is also a guy going towards the back. Then we have a Bone Courtier, also going towards the back. Man, last time was all front, this time it's all back. And then finally we have Weber, and that's going to go towards the back as well. I mean, we couldn't have planned that Better if I tried. And we came across a poison spitting one of these before, but not one of these guys. So let's do some terrible initiative card. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Initiative card shuffling. And the Weber is going to go first. We roll the dice, see where he's going to go, because he's an unpredictable, skittery mess. And we got a 3, so he's going to be doing a web. So he's going to attack the furthest. There's only one person he can attack. It's going to be Hellion. I've got a 10, so he misses. Next, it's the Hellion. So the Hellion takes 1 blight damage, 1 bleed damage, another bleed damage, and gets rid of a debuff. So she's taken 3 damage this turn, before she's even began her go. And her job is to clear out those guys so we can get out of this particular torture chamber we found ourselves in. I like to think they kind of went in here and then these guys sprung a trap on them maybe. So the Hellion is going to do, if it bleeds, attack on this guy here. Got an 8. The spider has 1 dodge. The accuracy on the if it bleeds is a 10, so we definitely hit it. We do 6 damage to this thing, which kills it straight off. One blow, gone. Yeah, the insects in this aren't especially that tough. With that, do you know what? Why don't we just attack again? I'm just trying to think if that's a good idea. 7 down with half hit points at the moment. Just feel like I could potentially kill one of the other guys before they get to activate. No, we're gonna play it safe and we're gonna move into this space here. Okay, next we have the Plague Doctor. So he's going to move out of here and then he's going to use his Noxious Blast maybe? Or do we try and stun somebody? Do you know what? We'll do an incision. So we're going to try an incision on this guy. We got a 6. That's enough to do damage. So we're doing 5 damage to the Bone Courtier. Not going to give him any bleeding damage though because, well, he can't bleed. He's just bone. And then we have the Musketeer going. So the Musketeer, she has 1 buff token left. She's going to attack. She can do a sniper shot. Okay, she's going to do a sniper shot against the Bone Courtier. Got a 5, so that is going to do it. It does 6 damage, which kills the Bone Courtier. Courtier? Whatever. It's dead. So that's the first action. Second action, she's going to move out. Finally, we have the Cultist Acolyte goes next. We roll a dice to see what they're up to. A 10 means they're going to try a number 3, which is an Eldritch Push against the closest range of 1, so it's going to be the Hellion. Gets a 6, accuracy of 9, so yeah, it does it. It does 1 damage and pushes 2. So I'm going to push it along that way. And Hellion's right in the back there. That really does mess around our guy's ability to do stuff. The Bone Arbalist will then go. He's doing a bayonet jab against the closest. So he's going to move into this space and he's going to attempt to kill the Hellion. Gets a 5, which is enough. So it does 3 damage against the Hellion. And it's a push 1 to self. So basically he is now in the front position. Next it's got to be, well, it's not going to be that guy because he's dead, but it's going to be the Vestal. Vestal's only got a speed of 1, which is a real shame. So she's going to move in here. And then she's going to try and do a judgment on this guy to try and help our chap out. So she's got a 5. That's enough to do it. So it's going to do 4 damage to the Arbalist. She also heals 2 hit points off of herself for doing that. And that's the end of the first round. So let's see how many damage we've got on the Hellion. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 11 damage on the Hellion. We have to pray the Hellion activates first. Because, yeah, she is in danger, guys. I can't do with losing another character at this point. Or again, if I'm honest. So, the Bone Arbalist goes first. He's in position 1. He's going to do a bayonet jab against our lady. And he hits. So, he's going to be doing 3 damage. So, the Hellion is now at death's door. And there's nothing we can do about this now. It's the plague. Oh, we can! Oh! Can we? Yes, the Musketeer goes before anyone... Right, okay, so we've got a chance. The Plague Doctor has got to do something to try and help out here. So, the Plague Doctor is going to attack this guy with a Noxious Blast. We've got a crit there, so each of these guys get to reduce their stress by 1. It's going to be doing 6 damage straight to the Cultist Acolyte. It's also applying 3 level 4 bleeds. And then he's going to do a disorienting blast against them, hopefully. Yeah, so that works as well. So it's going to push or pull. And we're going to just say it's going to just keep him where he is. Well, it's got to do something, right? So it's got to pull him forward 1. And it stuns him. And he's not immune to stunning, just debuffing. Resistant to debuffing either. Then we have the Musketeer. And the Musketeer is going to try to heal. All relies on this now. 7. That is enough. So we heal 4 hit points off of the Hellion. The Hellion's back to 10 hit points and is off death's door. Next is the Hellion's go. So she takes 2 damage. 1 from Blight, 1 from Bleed. And she gets rid of her last debuff token. She's going to do a wicked hack against this guy, which she gets. So 7 damage on him, which is just enough to kill the Bone Arbalist. Next, we have the Vestal. Wow, that's worked out ridiculously well. She's going to move over here. She's going to do Divine Grace on the Hellion. She got 8 there, so that's going to do 5 hit points of healing back there. And then lastly, we have the Cultist, who takes 4 damage. So they're on 10. 4 damage is enough to kill them. So yeah, that's it. We've done another combat. Killed this guy. We didn't manage to get anything in the chest this time. But at this point, we're definitely going to rest because we're going to need to reduce a ton of what we've got here. So we've got 12 points to spend. We're going to get rid of 10 of those points to heal the Hellion and the Vestal. We've got 2 points left. So we're going to reduce... Yeah, we're going to reduce the stress of the Hellion by 1, which means she gets an additional deduction because of her resilient ability. And we're going to heal 1 damage off of the Plague Doctor. And that's our 12 points spent up. Right, so we've rested up. We've got one place here. And rather than just go there, I'm going to scout. So we're going to take 1 stress. Just because I want to make sure that this is where we need to go. Because if it's not, we've got a long track back. So we want this to be a purple objective room. It's a purple objective room. So that comes in handy because we only have to roll 1 dice when we're going down in here. So let's all roll 1 dice each. The Hellion, Plague Doctor, the Musketeer, and the Vestal. Well, 1 of each. That's all good. So the Hellion gets a Curio. Okay, so we have an alchemy table. A table filled with experimental equipment. You pick up a handful of coins thrown onto its surface, but you don't notice a sharp needle protruding from one of the alembics. Alembics? As it pierces your skin, you let out a panic cry. +1 stress. We get a negative quirk and 3 level 1 bleed tokens and 5 gold. And we found slow reflexes. So I assume that means when we're having a trap, we get a -2 dodge. Yeah, that'll be what that is. Trap for the Plague Doctor. We don't have anything to do with that, so I'm going to roll that. Get a 5, so he's going to be taking 2 damage. Musketeer is going to be taking 1 damage and 1 stress. And the Vestal is going to take 2 stress. And here we are. We found the Prophet Room. So here we have the Prophet himself, holding his eyeballs in his hands. Yeah, so we found the boss, and hopefully we can take this guy out. We have him surrounded, so it should be fairly easy. So it's worth noting that we're adding three initiative cards into here, which is him, and then we have our own ones. And on every third turn, he's going to be launching these kind of like rubble tokens all over the place. And if they hit us, they're going to do some damage. He's basically bringing the place down around himself. So when you face a Prophet, follow these steps. Find the Prophet room card and its corresponding room tile and put it in play, which we have. Place the Prophet's battle card and miniature in the aggressive stance on the stance tracker and room tile respectively. Done. Boom. Shuffle 3 initiative cards of the Prophet into the deck. Done that. Find the 4 wooden pews and keep them on hand on the side. Each round during his first turn instead of using one of his skills. So it's his first time he does this. Roll 4 10-sided dice and place the wooden pews on the respective areas on the room tile. Each round during the third turn, the Prophet will always use his Rubble of Ruin skill, attacking each area with a pew. Roll for each pew separately. This means an area with 2 pews can be attacked twice. Pews don't occupy space in areas and cannot be targeted. When the Prophet is defeated, remove the pews from play. Okay, so we've got to wait for our first turn before we put these pews into action. I'm just going to put them there for the moment. Okay, so we're going to shuffle these up and see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to see who's going to be going first. He's got 79 hit points, by the way, so I'm not really looking forward to this. But the Hellion's going to go first. So she's got a Blight token. She gets rid of that. She takes 1 damage. And then she's going to try and, if it bleeds, and he's resistant, he's immune to being stunned or pushed, so we can't stun him, but we can try and make him bleed. So the Hellion is going in for a attack, and also we're going to use our trinket here. So when you hit with a skill, inflict an additional 2 level 2 blight. So we miss, so we're going to try again, and we got a 5 that time. So his dodge is 0, so that's good. We don't have to worry about that. But yes, we've managed to hit him. Oh wait, I got a 10 last time, and that actually hits him. What am I doing? So if it bleeds, I've managed to hit him for 6 hit points. And I also do 3 level 3 bleeds. So we've got 3 level 3 bleeds on him. And 2 level 2 blight. -1 to a condition you are causing going forward. Okay, so that was my first action. And she doesn't have any other abilities she can do. So we're gonna move her into the same space as him. Why not? Oh, she's got a speed of 2. So actually she's gonna move down into here to try and stop him from moving into there. Although I don't think he does actually do that. So no, we're just going to move into her space there. Right, so our next one is, so the Prophet is going. Let's roll the dice to see where these pews are going. So number 4 for this one. Number 7, thud. Number 2, thud. Number 1, thud. Okay, and we roll a dice, see what he's going to get up to. And he got a 10, so he's going to be doing a number 2. which is a fulminate. So he's going to attack this space here. Got a 7. He needs an 8 to do this. Yeah, no one dodges out of the way of that. So basically, he does 1 damage to both of them. Doesn't seem like a lot. But he also does 3 level 1 blight tokens. Death by 1,000 cuts, or blights in this case. Okay, that's the end of his go. Next we have the Plague Doctor. So we're going to go all on out. We're going to do a Noxious Blast into this area here. We've got a 10, which actually hits, so it does 3 damage to him. And it adds 3 level 4 blight tokens. So at the moment, each round, he's going to be losing 9 hit points. So that was our first action. And we can't push or pull, which is a real shame. So we're just going to stay where we are. So next we have, he's activating again. This time it's a 6. So he's doing a fulminate again, so he's attacking the same place. We got a 9. His accuracy is 8, so he actually fails. Okay, so the Vestal's going to activate now. And she's going to do... Okay, I messed that up then. So next we have the Musketeer. So Musketeer is going to attack into there. And what have we got? So we've got a sniper shot. Or we've got a bowler. So she's going to move over into this position. And she's going to do a sniper shot from over there. She's got a 6, which is enough to do it. So it's going to do 6 damage to him. And then next we have, he's going, so he does his Rubble of Ruin ability, but there's no one in there. We're going to roll it anyway. So he would have done 9 damage to anyone in those positions. So next we have, of course, our Vestal. And our Vestal is going to try and heal the Plague Doctor, Divine Grace. So crit is a 3, so that's, she gets to heal 1 of her stress, and she heals 7 hit points worth of wounds off of the Plague Doctor. Musketeer took a damage for the infusion, as does the Plague Doctor, I believe. I think they both took a damage, which would have been healed. Okay. And then she's going to try and Judgment. So Judgment does 4 damage. Okay, so that's the end of the round. Apologies for making a mistake with the turn order then. Hopefully that doesn't look too jarring on camera. I'm still getting used to this game. Shuffling all the things. So we have the Hellion going. So Hellion is in a great position here. So she's going to do a Wicked Hack. And she's got 8, which is enough, so she does 7 damage to him. So we've done 26 damage to this guy at the moment. And I guess she's going to stay where she is. And she's not going to do anything else. So the next thing, we have him go. And we're going to roll to see where these pews go this time. So we have 6. Thud. We have 9. Thud. 7. Thud. Oh, and a 5. Thud. So I need to move those guys out there. The Hellion, unfortunately, is going to be stuck where they are. But he's going to attack before he does anything else. And he's going to do a Fulminate. Most crowded. Instead of going on his closest, so he's going to go for our lady there. And she's got to dodge a 1, so she actually dodges the Fulminate. Next we have the Plague Doctor. So he's going to attack with a Noxious Blast again. And yeah, that hits, so it does 3 damage. Another 3 level 4 blight tokens on him. And that'll be the end of his go. He also takes the damage from the blight that's on him. Next, we have our guy. Oh, and I didn't actually take any damage off of him. So he should have had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage on him at the start of his last activation. So okay, he activates again, so he takes 13 damage this time. I kind of feel sorry for him at the moment. So we've done 51 points of damage. He's got 79 left. And he's going to attack. And we got a 9, so he is doing a fulminate once again against our lady. And once again, he misses because she's got dodge of 1. Okay, so it's our Musketeer now. So she's going to do a sniper shot against him. And she got an 8. So a sniper shot will do 6 damage to him. And then she's going to move into this zone here. And then he gets to attack with his Rubble of Ruin. So he attacks all areas. Now, I don't know if I have to roll them separately. I am going to roll them separately. So he's going to attack this area first. So he got 7. He needs an 8 to do it. But she's got a dodge of 1. So he needs a 7. So he does it. He deals 9 damage to the Hellion. She's nearly dead. She's got 2 hit points left. And then to the Vestal. 6, so that'll definitely do it. 9 damage to her. Okay, and then it's going to be... Oh, and once again he activated. So I should have taken 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage off of him. So what are we looking at? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60... 65, 66, 67, 68. We're nearly done, guys. We nearly killed this guy. Okay, so it's the Vestal's turn now. So she's going to do Divine Grace on here. And yep, so she does 7 hit points of health restoration. And then she's going to do a judgment on him, which is a crit, which is 8 damage to him. So not much left. When he activates, I think he's going to be dead. We'll see. Once again, botching up my my shuffles. I don't think I've botched anything up this time, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I botched all of them. So he activates. We're going to see where he's going to be putting these things, but before we do that, we're going to just add 4 damage to him, thanks to the blight. $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80. He did. So we have done it. We defeated the Prophet, and that means we no longer have our imminent threat of the Prophet. So the Prophet is done with. Our level 1 Prophet is no more. We've defeated him. But there's always someone to take over. It is said madness can take many forms, but none so contemptible as man's belief in a mythology of his own making. A worldview buttressed by dogmatic desperation invariably leads to single-minded fanaticism and a need to do terrible things in the name of righteousness. This man is an animal, rabid, destructive, and incapable of nuanced understanding. He must be put down. We are going up against the Fanatic. So his abilities are, during the dungeons, we're going to suffer 3 targets. We've not seen these yet, but some enemies do, well, they'll target you, or they'll do more damage to you if you're targeted. And during the Hamlet phase, there is Sinful Axe. Every time a hero uses a Hamlet skill, they suffer 4 tokens of debuff. Yikes. So that's who we're up against next. Join me next time on Die Rollin, as we will be going up against the Fanatic, a level 2 quest. We're shuffling all the level 2 monsters in. I may even paint some more things as I go along. Who knows? But yeah, I'll tell you what I thought about the first 3 quests. So, that was Act 1 of Darkest Dungeon, and this is just the base game. I've not even added the Crimson Court stuff in. I'm actually calling this particular run the Blue Run. This is my first attempt at trying to do Darkest Dungeon. I don't think I'm going to make it to the end, but I felt like I did pretty well. Did I do something wrong, guys? Was I healing when I should have been attacking? Which is a mistake I generally have made a few times. But yeah, can you guys let me know if I did make some mistakes, because that felt easy this time. Whether it's because I had the right skills, and I don't know, the Prophet himself didn't seem too much of a challenge, but you know, if he'd managed to, I mean, the Hellion was pretty much nearly dead, so I think a couple of good hits and I would have been in trouble. Overall though, fantastic. The boss battle, great. What are my thoughts at this point at the end of Act 1? I'm glad I've got this game, is one of those thoughts. It's kind of taken away a bit of the bitterness of the Kickstarter general feeling. I wasn't too bitter about the Kickstarter, mainly because I didn't have to pay too much extra for my postage. But I know some people who went all in had to pay quite a lot, and depending where you are in the world, you had to pay quite a lot as well. So I know there's also been some communication issues. I feel like this game is worth the wait. It is a game that is exactly what I thought it would be. It's strategic, it's fun, it looks amazing on the table, and it's just great fun to play. So yeah, my thoughts are all really positive at this point. Some of the rulebook, I kind of feel it should be signposted a bit better. And I know that I've made a few mistakes during this run, and other people have made the same mistakes. In the comments I've had, in the forums I've been in, people have made the same mistakes as I have after reading the rulebook, because some of the stuff isn't signposted as well as it maybe could be. But overall, the rulebook's fine. You just have to read it a couple of times to get a good appreciation, or watch videos like this to show you how or how not to play a game of Darkest Dungeon. So, I've been the ever excitable Adam. If you enjoy this content, then please, guys, like and subscribe to my YouTube. It's just one click. And yeah, it will help me keep bringing forward cool content and less cool content. But generally, just keep the lights on. I don't get paid for this. This is just a hobby. But yeah, it'd be nice if I had some more subs, you know. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok as well. And until next time, guys, stay safe or die rolling.